Jane Gossett. Ain't that funny, mate? I get you in the Chelmsford. 2 hours tops. Where do you live? Huh?
And round to the right.
Just got Mark with us. Good evening, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah, fine, thanks, mate.
Good.
Caught on the hop.
Yeah, no, nice to see you, mate.
Can you hear me, Ollie, or what?
I know
It's live.
I know you're busy, and obviously. So, what is the update, please? Can you give us a little bit of an update? What's going on?
Well, yeah, good traction, really. National League want, where possible, they want a sporting outcome. So we've agreed now to attempt to work together to reach a sporting outcome. All the clubs have come together today quite nicely. There was toing and throwing, because imagine how difficult it is to get a bunch of clubs with various different owners and different setups and to try and work a way forward that suits everyone's taste. We went down the route of, look, we need to show you what we think wasn't right about the resolution. Others have sent letters, had phone calls, but all of us really were really uncomfortable that we were doing this, felt as no alternative, and we were doing it really in a way that we weren't comfortable, because it's our member league. So look, there's been healthy conversations today. We've put the FA on notice that we don't want to pursue any more legal type speak. Just to be clear, we've never took legal action, so the idiots online that just not got a sausage idea. We simply pointed out through a legal expert what we thought was wrong with the resolution. So, but listen, the FA have treated that with respect. They've looked at it and they've observed it, and where we've ended up is, look, ultimately we're a football organisation, we're a football league, and we're a football club, and we want there to be a sporting winner. It is the words of individuals in the National League, and the clubs now want to work immediately with them. Now that we've got you could almost call it the last week of friction out of the way, we're now looking to work forward with them. Gary, honestly, I saw such a great email earlier from Steve at Chelmsford, and Chelmsford would have minimal promotion aspirations, and just what a classic email, basically saying, look guys, let's maybe start thinking about how this is going to work, take out of it individual interest. If we're to keep playing football, what's going to work for everybody, what's going to work for the National League, what's going to work for the clubs. And he looked at the proposal that's been well spoken about, the North and South clubs going in together. And, I looked at the proposal and thought, obviously it wouldn't be our number one choice, but actually, given football moving, as long as there's the right incentive in promotion slots and things like that, it's not a bad option. And I think what I liked about Steve's email was he's basically saying, look, you can't be a kid in a sweet shop here and say that we want this, we want that. There is only going to be 2 or 3 scenarios that actually can suit people. And I think if everybody can adopt that approach, and that includes us, because I think we've been on the sort of banging the South drum. We had a majority, and I'm never ever going to deny, I think the vote should have been per division, of course. But we are where we are now, and I think we're looking at working our way forward, and I think we're hoping the league sit with us really quickly. I'm talking tomorrow, or over the weekend, and say, right guys, we want to continue, we know you do. These are the ideas we've got, what have you got? And then if everybody can have an approach like Steve and be pragmatic and just take away a little bit of their corner, I think we can get something that I think they will back the National League and the FA. I really do.
Because it's got to be done within the 7 days, latest 14 days, isn't it?
I'd like to think that there can be something that's, listen, they can do Zoom calls and whatnot at the FA and approve things in this way of the world at the moment really quickly. And I'd like to think that if the clubs are committed to work into a process, we can get that done really, really quickly. So it is really now down to the National League to now, look after those clubs that, ironically, were the clubs that wanted to continue the competition, you know. And we don't for 1 minute, again, idiotic supporters of other clubs that just don't listen. We didn't for 1 minute want any club to go out of business. We didn't 1 minute. We said from day one, from day one, we said, hey, got to protect these people, but the morons don't read or can't read. You know, so we our position is unchanged. I totally get the likes of Dulwich and Maidstone, etc., and the northern clubs that are really struggling. But of course, it was only fair to say, hey, look, we can't, but if you can, you should. And for that reason, now I think the league, and I'm confident because they're saying the right things now, should look to protect those clubs that have invested time, effort, money into this season. It shouldn't be those 18, 19 that end up with bigger financial holes and, you know, than what they've got already, you know. So let's just work to keep everyone happy.
You said there's options. Obviously, one of them is us to join with the North, so we could be travelling up to York.
Yeah. Listen, how exciting!
Is that one of the options? Is there any other options they could do?
Well, I mean, I think the only option is north-south or split. I mean, let's face it. I mean, my if you like, fellow South clubs. You know, I'm thinking. I don't know the opinion of Dave at Eastbourne, who's been just incredible. Right? His support for us has been so good. I really appreciate him and Danny down there. I don't, you know, they might take the view that says, look, you know what, if there's only 2-3 promotions and, you know, what's, you know, extra investment, and they'd be entitled to. And I just think that's where it might be. We've got to look at 2 or 3 options that there are. It won't be a long phone call to work out the options. Results have to stand no matter what. If you amalgamate leads or keep them the same, keep results against teams you played, that's standard procedure. You know, and I just think that it's what's put forward, guys, ain't going to suit all. I think 19 will shrink at a guess to 14, 15, and then there'll be like a National League 2. And I'd like to think the league, if it goes that route, can definitely retain 3 promotions, 2 automatic, 1 playoff. Because I think without that, it will be difficult to incent, you know, the teams that would feel they're competing for competing's sake. But yeah, that's just one idea, and I'm interested to hear the idea of the likes of David Eastbourne and the other clubs in the south. The teams in the north are all full-time guys, so for them. Listen, for them, this is just, you know, practice for next year. You know, they're full-time, big aspirations. So, I think where I'm at is that I just think Steve's email earlier just enlightened me a bit. Really, we are in a position where we are. We do have to now think about what is going to suit football continuing, which is the main aim. That's what we've been saying. We need football to continue.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I would endorse anything sensible. Really, that's the bottom line. I just hope the league sit down now, mate, and the clubs seem to be in a good place, and we crack on now. I'd like to think within 7 days there can be an answer that's just getting approved.
I heard your interview on Talk Sports this morning, and you did make a valid point. I felt you said that the National League is a league of all different teams.
Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah, hybrid. Like one man on his dog, a wealthy owner, or where. Do you feel that the league should have I'm not sure what the correct wording is, but they should prove that they can cope to be in that league? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When teams come up or when teams are in there.
Yeah, I just think the problem is, mate, is that think about it logically. Like it's been going so long now that because there's relegation, promotion, all that's happened is that you've ended up with all full-time big clubs in the National League. So it's become just an extra full-time league, barring this sort of, you know, 1 or 2 clubs. So it has really become an extension of the EFL, and the EFL's got a very big management structure, and the National League doesn't. It's got a few people who try to operate it, and I think hopefully a view might be taken in terms of the regionalisation, maybe, which a lot of Paul Doswell, you know, has said.
I agree with that. I don't know what your thoughts on that is.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
You know, a brilliant idea. You know, if you could split, if you pushed the top 8 or 9 of the National League into a regionalised League 2,
Yeah.
and then regionalised the remainder of South with the National League and North, you'd have, from League 2 down, you'd have nothing but local games, bigger crowds, bigger attendances, you know, none of that, Paul eloquently puts it, does well, none of that spending £6,000 to get a Barrow to get beat 1-0 and get back at 4 in the morning, you know, which is what you do have at the moment. It would be nice if, I just feel like there needs to be a surge in governance decisions really at the FA about this. I've heard some great stuff from people step 3 below. I know from speaking to some key people there, they've got some really big ideas to integrate, and just I feel like at that level they're always looking for the next best decision, and there's some great stuff going on. But I think this whole if you said to League 2 clubs you can regionalise and you can play, you know, local sides, so Stevenage are playing Sutton United in the same division or whatever it might be, I think they take your arm off, because it's less travelling expenses, bigger crowds. So that combination across a year is big, is big. And then the other thing they should do if they do that as well is allow 3G or 4G.
Of course.
Because again, then all them poor clubs in League 2 that struggle to survive put an extra £500,000 a year in revenue and actually are able to engage their community too. So I just think it'd be nice, there's a bit of a task force could really work on that one. It probably won't happen for next season, but it could. But maybe the one after. But right now, in terms of our situation, if someone said to you, "You're going to play or not play," I'd absolutely say I think we're going to play. We're going to play on in some guys, and the National League support that. I'm sure the Alliance Committee will as well. They're football. They're a football committee. They want football to be played, and I think it's really important that even if clubs have had to drop out, that the money invested into the competition and it somehow enables itself to finish, because there was money invested from the lottery fund. So I think that means we can almost morally say, look, the competition finished. Yes, we had a few runners and riders that fell, but you know what, we got it to the end.
Sure.
That's where I'm at with it, really.
I know, you might be answering this question, but how long's a piece of string? So, but when are you expecting to hear something from whoever you're going to hear from?
Well, we want to get the now we've cleared the air and unmurked the waters. We hope that they want to have a Zoom call immediately. I mean, they've been in meetings all week, so hopefully they'll replace those meetings now with meetings with us. Because realistically, Gaz, how many hours would it take to say what are the options? I mean, the options there ain't that many.
No, it isn't. No,
you know.
Isn't, no.
So I think it's just we've got to sit down. I think they could really quickly say, here's 3-4 options, and take 24 hours, speak about it as a club, let us know which ones, almost mark them, you know, which ones would you do or not do, and what would your priority be? You know, put a 1 in the box for your number 1 priority, an X if you wouldn't do it regardless. I think it can happen really quickly. You know, it's important now that their dedication towards it being a football outcome is as big as the club's, because I can tell you now that these owners and chairmen this week have invested a lot of time and money on phone calls, Zoom calls, sleepless nights. David from Fylde, he's in America, getting up all sorts of times to join calls. You know, it means something to us. You know, and don't get on this bandwagon of these absolute idiots that talk about, oh, you just want this, you want that. You're like, oh, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, we're a football club and we want to win. What a shock, right? Does that come as a shock? You know, I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know, what I've seen is some seriously well-run clubs, a lot of integrity, and I'm starting to see now that people are really prepared to do whatever it takes to play on, which is great.
Playing devil advocate, if they offered the clubs money to reimburse and help them out because of their sponsors, but not play football, how would that stand with you?
No, I don't think you can replace it, Gaz. Like, I think this actually gives people a really good opportunity to re-engage with their fans. Imagine if we had York City down here, you know.
Wow. I
mean, you know, down here in May, when fans are back, like, you know, the playoffs, they'll be sold out no matter where they are, home or away. You know, what? It's just a good opportunity, Gaz, and, you know, clubs really need to re-engage with fans. That's a big deal. People have forgotten what it's like to have a beer, forgotten what it's like to go to their football ground. They've got into watching bloody Netflix and, you know, all these, you know, it genuinely will take some re-engagement, so I think we've got to keep it going, you know?
Sure. We're here tonight, obviously, with the boys training as well.
Yep.
As they look like they're in good form. To be fair, they're having a good time.
Great form, we're in great form, mate. I mean, all the full-time teams, they're all training still. They're all playing friendly still. Again, you know, when you get the fools that talk about it, you're playing a friendly, it's essential. Like, everything we've done, these idiots need to understand. We've invested in a year, financially, physically. We could write the protocols back to front as to how to operate our business, which is allowed to operate at these times. And yeah, we are a business, and these players need to keep fit, stay fit. And we've done that through the league suspension, and we've hit our best run of the season, to be fair. 4 straight wins, I think it was, before the sort of issue hit. And they're fit as butcher's dogs at the moment. And we're going to Gloucester Saturday.
Yeah.
Little COVID safe coach travel within line with the protocols. Gloucester turned into our new football friends. And Alex Dan is a great guy, brand new stadium. And we're just going to keep professional. We are a business, so, you know, we're going to keep it professional, mate. Ready for the return. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I was going to chat with you about the game on Saturday. Obviously, you've got Gloucester City away, and they're streaming the game live as well, free as well, I hear.
Yeah.
So that's great for the
free
support.
Great stuff, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think they're top.
Oh,
I
yeah.
might be wrong.
Yeah, I think they are top. Yeah.
Be great to see where we are, because you never know. We might be in a competition with some of these teams. So, yeah, no. Listen, we are a business. That's what we are. We're no different to the cafe on the high street or the petrol garage, or we're no different to anybody else that's allowed to open. But obviously, not everyone knows the levels in football. They think that, because you're not on Sky Sports in the Premier League, they think you're a park side and therefore you shouldn't be playing football. So this level of football is elite, and we're allowed to operate, and that's how it works. So, you know, we're training tonight, and we're looking forward to going to Gloucester. 100%.
It'll be a good game as well.
It'll be a great game, brand new stadium.
Yeah, lovely. I've seen the stadium.
Fantastic, mate. Yeah. So, gets us out the house, and it means we keep it.
Yeah, and don't forget we can watch the game live.
Live stream, mate. Yeah.
Okay,
cheers,
Mark,
guys.
great to catch
My
up with
hand's
you.
frozen.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've kept you a bit too long. Sorry about that. And
cheers, guys.
good to see you again. And the boys are really working hard and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Catch up with you soon,
Bye,
mate.